Hello, good people. This is Sherry, the preventionist. We are here again, and it's another great episode. This one is gonna be interesting. Look what I have. This is definitely going to be fun. It's going to be informative because we are breaking the silence. We are opening up the mic because women are able to afford sanitary pads and other menstrual products, but are we all aware there are varieties? The last time I hosted my guest, she informed us about menstrual products, and I want to ask this question: are you using that product that you normally use during your period because you do not have a choice, or it's because that is what is available, or you are informed that there are a variety of products that women can be able to choose from? So that we can be able to break the silence, and so that we can say that we are so informed when it comes to menstrual hygiene and health. We need to know about variety of products. And again, today we have an expert with us. She has been with us before. In a while, I'm going to introduce my guest because we've met her before. She is an expert and so passionate when it comes to menstrual hygiene management. And today she is going to tell us what is all this product about. Maybe people think it's only a pad that is available, but all these are products. And today again, I am joined by Faith.
Yes, thank you, Sherry. And I think we're just building on the conversation that we had so that our viewers get to understand of the various types of menstrual products that are there in the market. As in most instances, we are always forced to use a product that is readily available within our vicinity. And so we don't have that informed choice to be able to choose which product you are comfortable to use, because now you're confined by what is readily available, to you. And so we have various types of menstrual products. So as we break the silence, opening up conversations or opening up the mic on menstrual health and hygiene, menstruators also need to understand of the various products that are there in the market to support them manage their periods in dignity and in comfort. And so to start with, we'll start with disposable products. Disposable products are products that you use and you discard. And we have various types of disposable products in the market. And in fact, 88% of women use disposable products. They are not aware that there are other products that can be used to manage their period.
So you're telling us there is disposable and
reusable.
Yes. Yeah, we start from there. We go slowly. So now you're starting with the disposable
pads.
Okay, go ahead.
So for the disposable products, we have two categories: those that are used outside the vagina and those that we insert inside the vagina. And one key thing that I think Sherry, the preventionist, always emphasizes is hand washing. Hand washing is critical, not just in food or in general hygiene, but also in menstrual health and hygiene. Hand washing is critical. And so let us assume that my hands are clean and we are going to take a disposable pad. There are very many in the market. I cannot mention all of them. I'm sure we know about them. We have Confidence, we have Stay Soft, we have Soft Care, we have Always, Molted, we have Dada Care. So it's upon you to choose one that you're comfortable to use, and again, one that you can easily afford. So for the disposable pads, make sure that your hands are clean. In many instances, we always go to schools, we give girls pads, but we don't teach them how to put them on. We've also gone to school, we're given girls pads without giving them panties. There are those who are living in abject poverty and they may not be able to afford panties. And a panty is critical in menstrual health and hygiene because you need a panty to hold your pad. And so I'm going just to demonstrate how to put a pad on a panty. My hands are clean. You take your pant. A pant has the front side and the back side. So you take your pant. Most instances you might have put it on up to your knee level, or if not, you just take your pad. Your hands being clean, you open your pad. For me, I always go with the longer side going to the back side and the shorter side going to the front side, because when you sit...
Let me cut you.
Yes?
You need to hold there. I've met many people who do not know that the pad has the longer side and the shorter side. Some of them even are women, but they have not been made keen to note that there is the shorter side and
The
the
longer
longer side.
side,
So I
yes.
think that is also something that you should note.
Mm,
Yeah, you should note that the pad has the longer side and
yes.
the shorter side.
And
Yeah.
there are those that have a wider front and a sorry, a narrow front and a wider back. So the wider part goes to the back because in most instances when you sit, blood will flow
At the
backwards
back.
so that you don't soil
That's how you
yourself.
stain.
Yes. So you take your pad, open it, make sure that your hands are clean because chances are you might find yourself touching it on the inner part. And if your hands are not clean, then you will contaminate it and will transfer those germs to your body. So you strip off the back. This has a sticky, it has gum that always sticks on the panty. Then you take your panty. So from my assessment, this is the longer side. I put it towards the back. You put it nicely, make it stick well because if it doesn't, it might move and you might soil yourself. Then most pads have wings. You take the wings and take them to the back. Make sure they are well attached to the panty. Yeah. So with that, you're good to go.
You're free to go.
Yes, you put on your panty and your pad and you go about your activities.
Yes.
And various girls or various women, different women have different flows. There are those with a heavy flow, there are those with a light flow. And so those with a heavy flow might require to change their pad more frequently. It is recommended that you should not stay with a pad for more than 6 hours. So if, depending on your flow, you might change after 2 hours, you might change after 45 minutes. I've met someone who used to change every 45 minutes. So depending on your flow, you'll be able to know when your pad is full and you go to the washroom to change. Key thing is hand washing. Wash your hands before you start removing your pad from the panty. So assuming my hands are clean, you detach it. This one has already, you detach it. Then you fold it without touching the blood. You will be putting on a new pad. So chances are you discarded the first wrapper, but I always encourage women not to discard so that they use it to wrap the pad that they are disposing. So you wrap it in the wrapper that you had previously removed from the pad, and then you put it in a bin. We put it in a bin.
Disposal
We
is key.
dispose it in a bin because when you dispose it in a toilet that is flushing, it will cause blockages. When you dispose it in a latrine, and especially in urban areas where latrines are exhausted, then that latrine may not be able to be exhausted. And again, these pads are made of plastics, super absorbent polymers, which are not decomposable. They take around 500 years to decompose.
Oh.
So when you put them in latrines, they stay in latrines for a very long period of time. And with time, you see maggots flowing out of the latrine, walking on the floor.
Yeah.
This means that pads have filled the toilet, that the maggots are not able to get air for decomposition of waste, and so they are walking outside to look for air. So disposal is the elephant in the room that we are currently facing. But there are innovations around handling menstrual waste.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Before maybe you go to the next product, I would
Yes.
want to ask you, Faith. You talked about it is very important not to stay with our pad on more than 6 hours.
Yes.
And maybe there's somebody who is watching and wondering, in these hard economic times, maybe it is either the last days the flow is so low. Why do I need to change? I can just stay with one throughout the day.
Yes. Thank you for that. When you stay with a pad for so long, remember the pad has blood, and the vaginal area is also warm.
Yeah.
So the blood plus the warm temperature forms a very good environment for bacteria to grow. So chances are you might predispose yourself to, or you are exposing yourselves to infections
Yeah.
of the reproductive tract or infections of the urinary tract. And sometimes again, when you sit with a pad for so long, you might even feel uncomfortable, or that are the people near me feeling, or
The
are they
smell.
smelling?
Yeah.
Can they feel that I'm smelling? Because you will also be uncomfortable. You'll keep on turning around to look at how people are reacting next to you. So it is encouraged that we change our pads. If you don't have heavy flow, after every 6 hours, just for you to maintain the hygiene and also to maintain a good environment around your vaginal area so that you don't create an avenue for germs to multiply or to grow in
Multiply.
that area.
Thank you.
Yes.
You can go on.
So, so the pad, we put it on the outside. We have the tampon. We have various types of tampons in the market. So this is just one of the various brands. This is how an open tampon looks like. And before you take a tampon, also make sure that your hands are clean. Wash your hands thoroughly with water and soap, because you'll be touching on the tampon with your fingers as you're inserting it. So they always have a line that you just twist like that, and you're able to open it. And when you open it, you disengage the string from the main tampon. This string here. Yeah. So your hands are clean. Get to a comfortable position. You can lie on your back. You can squat. You can put your leg, one on a stool, one on the floor, and be in a comfortable position, and you insert it in your vagina. And you push it in until it is completely inside. You push it in to a level that you are comfortable, because when you leave it near the entrance, you might have discomfort walking. So make sure you push it in as far as you can reach, and this string remains on the outside. This string lies on the lips of the vagina. So when it's full, you will definitely feel discomfort, but it might be maybe trying to come out. So you go to the washroom again, wash your hands nicely with water and soap, and you just pull this string out gently, and the tampon will come out. So when the tampon absorbs blood, it increases in size, or it swells. I think we can demonstrate that with the water in that glass. Thank you so much. So when the tampon gets blood, it swells. You can be able to see from here. Yeah, it's already swelling. So when the tampon gets blood, it swells. It becomes larger.
Yeah.
So you'll feel that it's comfort, that your tampon is full and you need to get it out. Yes, this is a perfect example. So when it's full of blood, this is how it becomes. So definitely you feel discomfort that you need to get it out. So you go to the washroom, wash your hands, pull it out, and you wrap it in tissue and discard it in a bin. Don't put it in the toilet, because it will cause blockage. Yes. So that is all about disposable products, the disposable pad and the tampon that you use and you discard.
Thank you. And maybe still, I'm on it. Still, Faith. Thank you for that explanation and the demonstration. Maybe at this point you can also mention about toxic shock syndrome, because it's something that is so common amongst women, and maybe people don't understand about it.
Yeah, thank you for that. So when you have put on a tampon, you should not stay with it also for more than 6 hours, especially when you don't have the heavy flow. It is encouraged that you use a tampon when you are experiencing heavy flow, maybe on your second, third day. But on your first and last day, it is not advisable. This is because when you stay with a tampon for long, it will even absorb the normal fluids around your vaginal area. And that is what leads to something called toxic shock syndrome. That you stay with it, the more you stay with it, it has blood on it. Because of the blood and the warm temperature, and the fact that it is also absorbing other fluids in your vaginal tract, then it causes something called toxic shock syndrome. So toxic shock syndrome presents as high fever, general body weakness. You might go to the hospital, they might do various kinds of tests, but none of them will yield to showing any condition. So it's just toxic shock syndrome that you should make sure you do not predispose yourself to it. So don't overstay with a tampon. That is one. Number two, as you're putting on a tampon, make sure your hands are clean, so that you're not also introducing bacteria and germs into your vaginal tract. Thank you so much for that.
And we always talk about small doable actions making a big difference in health. Just changing your tampon the right time, it can prevent you from serious conditions like toxic shock syndrome. Simple things.
Yes. So I think that is all about disposable pads. Though there are women and girls who are also still using cotton wool, which is disposable. So it is just encouraged that if you are using cotton wool, you layer it with a cotton piece of cloth, so that the cotton pieces don't stick on your pubic hair. And also you have to change it as frequently as possible, because cotton can easily leak. onto your panty, or it can even fall off when it is full. So, and this is because there are instances whereby you might have started your period and you don't have any product near you, but only cotton wool. You can still use it for emergencies and also for short periods of time as you look for a good pad that you can be able to use. So we'll move on to reusable products.